I just go to work, man. That's it. And it's scary. I do things that are scary to me.
You've been destined for the insurance business.
I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but wherever you are in life, just know whatever your goal is, go.
Thank you for joining us on our Family First Life Tri-State Serve the People podcast. We appreciate you tuning in, spending your time to develop and grow with us. Follow us, please, on all our social media platforms at Family First Life Tri-State or FFL Tri-State. We love you. Keep listening, and I hope this information is serving you across the country.
All right, everybody, thank you for jumping on with us for our Tri-State Training Day podcast. We're excited, as always, to bring you a guest that's going to provide insane value and help you and your team develop and grow. My man, Shannon Womble, Senior Vice President of FFL Champions. I don't even want to say elite producer because it's not fair. I don't even want to say Hall of Fame producer. At this point, it's becoming unfair. Ridiculously elite Hall of Fame producer, producing at an insane clip, just helped 31 families last week. So that's to say the least. All simplified issue. I got my man Shannon with me, brother. How are you today?
Dude, I am blessed by the best. Like I told you earlier, man, I am awesome.
Well, dude, you should be awesome. You know, you've revamped. You know, you've done so much work with your mind and what you've been able to push yourself to last year and what you're pushing yourself to this year, which is double of what you did last year. Meaning, like, the mind is a powerful thing, is it not, my friend?
Oh, it's amazing. It truly is. It all starts with a thought. Think about it. Everything you look at outside, a bridge, a building, whatever, it started with a thought. Right?
100%.
So
now,
if you can see it up here, you can hold it in your hand.
I love that. What did you do to morph your mind to make you believe that you could help 480 families last year come back and help north of 1,000 families this year?
Wow, that's a great question, man. It was a process. It evolved with me. We're all going through this metamorphosis, right? We're all trying to evolve to our highest self, right? And I don't want to leave anything on the table when I meet my maker, right? I want to be as close to what he has in store for me as possible, right? I don't want to leave anything on the table. So as I started protecting families and I saw everybody else protecting more families, I'm like, well, let's try and, what are they doing? Right. And so you start asking better questions. It becomes more than just making a commission. It becomes more about evolving into a better person.
Nice.
So I just asked better questions, found out what they're doing. And then I just started investing more in myself and leads. And then I said, hey, this is working. Let's set a new standard. And I just kept pushing myself, and I continue to do that.
Dude. But you didn't only push yourself because, like, you didn't only push yourself. That's kind of like a real window dressing way of putting it. And I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit here, to be honest. You morphed from 480 families to 1,000 families, which is where you're headed. But you've also morphed from in the field to doing this all over the phone.
That was crazy.
I'm starting to see a man that can do anything he says he can put his mind to. And that's a dangerous dude. So I want to hear more about your will to change, your will to move, your will to impact. It's getting good, brother. I wasn't prepared for this, but
neither was I.
I'm good. It's getting good, brother. I need to hear about
Let's
this, man.
Go, man. If I was wearing long sleeves, I'd be rolling them up. Let's get into it, man. Wow. where do we start on that, dude? Like, thank you, number one. I'm nobody special, dude. I'm nobody special. It's the process that we have in place at Family First Life. We're in the right vehicle. And for 53 years, I was trying to find the right vehicle. I tried everything. When I was a kid, I sold termite insurance door to door. When I was a kid,
you've been destined for the insurance business.
It wasn't the right vehicle at the time. And so I've just been waiting for this right vehicle. And then, I'm 57 now. I'm not going to squander this opportunity. I'm just not. I just said, okay, there's other people that are killing it. I want to kill it. I want to go ahead and protect as many families. I want to go ahead and provide for my family in a way that they've never had. I want to change everything for generations in my family. And we can do that here at Family First Life. So am I in the right vehicle? Yes. Now, anybody can do this. Will everyone? No, because it starts with the belief. So you have to believe in yourself first. You have to be able to see it, believe it. And then once you see it, you go to work. It's not like I can see it and then sit back and wait for the phone to work. And wonder why it's not working. Right? I have to work. The key word is work, dude. You have to work. So then when you do that, then it's like, okay, what am I willing to do and what am I not willing to do? Because what you're not willing to do is equally as important. Right?
Strong.
So, like, I spend time with my family on Sundays. That's important to me. Do I still work on Sundays? Yeah, for a few hours here and there. I'll go see a client if I have to, or pick up the phone, whatever. But it's just, all right, this is going to require an inordinate amount of work. And once you accept that and say, okay, let's go. And that's all I do, dude. I just go to work.
That's great.
I just go to work. And it's top down. It starts with Sean Mike. Then it goes to you. Then it goes to, Danielle Byrne. Then it's on my shoulders. And then I have all of these amazing people that I look up to. And, you show me 5 of your friends, I'm going to show you your future. If you hang out with 5 broke people, you're going to be the 6th.
Facts.
All right. So I just go to work, man. That's it. And it's scary. I do things that are scary to me. And it puts me in it puts me in an uncomfortable position. And when you said, you're seeing a man that, can virtually do anything that he sees there or thinks that he can do. I don't know about that, but I do know this. If I put my back up against the wall, look out.
I like
look
that.
out. And so the trick that I've learned, Mark, is this. If I continually do things that put my back up against the wall, I'm going to crush it, because I'm always in a position where I have to move. If I create some distance between me and that wall and I get comfortable, right, I'll back up. I've done it. I'll slow down. But if I move that wall with me, the trick is just to allow the wall to keep moving with you.
That's really good. I've never heard it that way. That's really good. But you know what? I'm fascinated by your approach, because we're right now talking about your personal production and what you've done by morphing multiple things and are getting a better result, which most people are afraid to morph anything when they're getting a great result already. You morph some things when you were already getting a great result to get a doubly great result, a double portion of goodness is what you're now getting. And I love what you just said. If you put your back against the wall, watch out. Because that brings me now into building that brings me now into champions. You know,
Mm-hmm.
this call to service, this call to helping others, and then, you know, how this is an area where you are trying to improve. This is an area where you may have struggled in the past, but it's also an area where you said, I need to pick this thing back up and go. So can you talk to a little bit of your struggles? Talk to the resurgence of, I'm picking this thing up to go, and then let's speak to the future about your back being against the wall and how we all need to look out.
Okay. All right. We're going to get deep.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
All right. We're going to get deep. All right. You talk about your back up against the wall. When I look back in my past, okay, everything, we were talking about this earlier, everything that I've done in my life has led me to this very moment talking with you. And I look back and I'm in awe at what anyone can overcome, okay, if you keep things in the right perspective. Like years ago, we've shared this, or I've shared this with you, okay? 17 years ago, when I was living in New York City, my life was turned upside down. I was at my very lowest point in my life, okay? I remember having a conversation with my then 4-year-old son, 5 years old, right? And his dad was going to Rikers Island the next day.
Wow.
Right? Because of I was an alcoholic, right? And I had a DUI. The judge was like, you're going to jail. And deservedly so, right? Like it wasn't like the legal limit's 0.08, right? If I do anything, I'm all in, right? I'm all in. Mine was a 0.32, dude. 0.32. I was, near steps to death. And
you mean
so
3.2?
0.32. Not 0.08, 0.32.
Oh, okay, got it. My bad. I missed the decimal.
Yeah. And I said, I'm not ashamed of my past. I was able to overcome that. This is for the people that have, there's people out there that are listening to this that need to hear this, right? Because they need hope, right? Everyone has a champion within them, right? And so when you dig deep and you have that rope of hope that that the good Lord gave you, right? There's another shot and said, hey man, yeah, you're going to Rikers Island. Buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to get rough, right? And I went from that to where I am now. And it wasn't an overnight process.
No doubt.
It just wasn't. I spent 60 days there with people that killed their mother. Like, no kidding. In general population. And then I was let out the day before Thanksgiving. What a blessing that was. But I didn't have a home. I didn't have anything, dude. I lost everything. My marriage, relationships with my children, everything. And I'm sorry, get a little choked up talking. I didn't know we were going to get into this, but
I hear you, brother.
But it's my trial to triumph, right? The victory. And I'm nowhere near where I want to be. But wherever you are in life, just know whatever your goal is, go. See it. I didn't know what I was going to do, Mark. I just knew I needed to quit drinking. And I knew that I didn't want to go out like that. I didn't want my boys to have a father that was going to die from drinking. I wasn't going to be that guy, right? So it started there. And then I was able to get going again. And then I got into the car business. And I did good in sales and I became a sales manager, all the while still staying sober, right? Keep pushing myself, keep pushing, right? Learning more, doing more. And then when insurance found me at the young age of 53, I said, let's go. Let's go. I can see myself doing this. And it wasn't easy for me at first. My first year, I went through some things and trying to learn to figure this thing out and paid 179 families, right? The first year. Second year in a pandemic, 380, somewhere around there. 300, yeah, like 380. Just missed Hall of Fame. And then last year, 480. And last year was when I said, hey, let's go ahead and try and build, right? I hired a lot of people, but we didn't have that success. right? I was trying to figure it out, and I didn't quite know, what I was doing. But I hired a bunch of people. And then this year, you and I got together and we said, hey, let's do this telesales thing. Let's go ahead and reach out to the existing team members that, or agents that we partnered with, and, make a commitment to them that this is where we think that, it's a great direction to go in and rejuvenate the team. And that's when I made the commitment to completely revamp my business model.
Do you remember what you said to me?
You asked me this last time. Yes, I remember what I said.
What did you say?
I love telesales.
You said something more than that. You said, I can't ask people to do something that I'm not doing. And once I start doing it, then I can ask them to do it. And then they can watch me leading from the front, and then I can get people to move.
Yes. And I was all in. I went kicking and screaming. I did not want to do telesales. And the reason why is I finally got to a point where I was pretty good in the home. Right? And
this is great.
I was like, why do I want to do that? I got pretty good. Mm-hmm. And so, but then again, you just stretch yourself. And I was able to see it. And in talking with you, I was like, this is a good thing. We can go ahead and broaden the audience. We can reach more families. We can, protect more. Right. And so it made sense. And so I just dove right in. And now we're helping other agents, a multitude of agents, get good on the phone through telesales, protecting a lot of families. The business model works. I'm living proof of it. And now we have others, and it's duplicatable. That's the key. Now it's duplicatable. And we've got, I'm really excited because now when protecting families is awesome, making a lot of money is awesome. I have one agent that says, you have no clue how happy I am and grateful I am that, we're doing this together. Thank you so much. And I said, you have no clue as to how that makes me happy. Because making money is one thing, but when you can show someone else that they too can change their life financially, that's the most rewarding thing for me ever. I never knew that I would get that charged up about it. And now it's like, let's bring this to the masses. I had somebody today reach out. I saw that they liked something on Instagram. I was in the car business with them. And I said, I wonder what Shell was up to. I called him. He was in my phone. He said, hey, man, I was thinking about you. What are you doing? There you go. Warm market, brother. Warm market.
I love it.
And now within the agency, within Champions, we have other agents that are like, they're seeing what's going on, what I'm doing, what David Ritter's doing, right? What Nina's doing. And now everybody's like, now they want to go ahead and talk to their war market. Hey, Shannon, can you talk to this person? Can you talk to that person? And now it's a buzz. And so for the future for Champions is bright, brother. I'm surprised I'm not wearing shades right now. Come on.
I love it.
Right. Yeah. I'm just so excited right now. And it's just, I haven't been this excited. And I don't know when, dude. It's just every day, it's like I'm going to an amusement park and just can't wait to get on that roller coaster ride that just gives me such a rush. You know what I mean? There's highs, there's low, and the trick is just to say even keel, right? Not to live in that in between, right? But I can't lie to you, man. I'm super excited. I am super excited. Yeah. And then in 18, I see in 18 months to 24 months, it's right there on my whiteboard. You've been in my office. Integrity partner in 18 to 24 months.
I don't see why not, brother.
Why not?
Why
not us?
Amen to that. You have such a servant's heart. You get electrified by just helping people and putting people in a better position, and people coming on board. You know, I know what it feels like. I mean, I can hear it coming through your pores. So even if I didn't know what it feels like, I would know what it feels like.
My pores.
Because you're so passionate about serving people and helping people. And, you know, I'm seeing what you're doing with some of your agents and the change that's being made. You know, I want to know, and I love the 18 to 24-month goal, but do you put your back against the wall as a default to win? Or is it something that is by happenstance?
No, it's intentional.
Intentional.
Yeah. That's when, like, when you're brutally honest with yourself and you take a look at your strengths and your weaknesses, right? A lot of folks worry about how they can improve on their weaknesses. I want to expose my strengths. And the weaknesses by default will get better.
No doubt.
So if I know that I'm best with my back up against the wall, why wouldn't I want my back up against the wall all the time? So now when I make bold statements, I want to help 1,000 families, right? Like, I got to back it up now. I was just going over, you know, how the road to 1,000 before we were getting on this call, right? This is where I'm at. This is what we're doing, how we're going to get there, right? So now when I put my back up against the wall and say, hey, we're going to be integrity. Well, it's not going to happen from months 14 to 18. It happens now. I have to go ahead and do those now. So I have to go ahead and put my back up against the wall, hire staff. I have to go ahead and keep my numbers at a high clip in order to go ahead and fund the business, you know, to go ahead. So I can go ahead and have the funds to pay a recruiter. So I can go ahead and pay an admin, right? To grow. So yeah, it's long answer to a simple question. Yeah, it's intentional. I got to keep my back up against the wall.
So with that being said, Shannon Womble and FFL champions, watch out.
Baby, we're coming. We're coming, and the agents, they know we're coming, right? Like, not just champions. I've got other agents calling. Hey, man, what y'all doing?
Right.
We're working. That's what we're working. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
I can't wait. Like, yeah, I just want to be on the winning team, like Dave Woodard said, right? And we were at a conference in Charlotte, and he said, I've always just wanted to be on a winning team. Well, we're on a winning team with FFL, and now he's with Integrity, and he's just expanded. You know, it's like we're all playing for Alabama, dude.
That's the analogy Sean likes to use. Well,
but I'm a Buckeye fan. Oh, baby. Oh.
Listen, man. Wow. I learned a lot about you today. You know, and I didn't expect to learn this much. I thought I knew what I knew. But I'm more excited about you after this podcast than before. And the potential you have to shift and impact people's lives. There's a burning desire for it. And there's a history that says, you know, I don't want to squander a golden opportunity. And that's dangerous, bro. You know, in a very good way. So I could not be more excited for you. I could not be more excited to have had you on this podcast. This episode was fire. So thank you for sharing, brother.
Thank you, man. It's always an honor.
Dude, because there's probably so much gas left in the tank right now. Just give me a parting shot. Well, you know, what would you tell some people that are looking to get going, that are looking to make change, that are looking to grow and impact the lives of themselves and others?
Just ask yourself, or just realize that there's more that life has to offer you. If you're in a good spot, guess what? It can get better. If you're in a bad spot, it can get better. I'm living proof of that. Right? No matter where you are in your life, you can attain amazing things. Just know what it is that you want to do. Know that you're worthy of it. Your family's worthy of it. Write it down on paper and get going, but don't be afraid to invest in yourself. And don't be the person that says, well, what if I try it and it doesn't work out? That's a loser mentality. Be a winner, be a champion, and say, I can't afford not to do this, because if I don't do this, I'm going to be in the same spot 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years from now. And imagine that. Who wants to be in the same spot? We're supposed to grow. We're supposed to evolve, right? I don't want to get in my way of this amazing metamorphosis, and neither should anyone else. Get out of your way and go, and just believe in yourself, because you're put on this earth to thrive.
Be a champion. Well said, my friend.
Yes,
from a champion. Shannon Womble, FFL Champions. Appreciate all you do, man. You know, you might be one of one of the people I'm most excited to work with moving forward. But I appreciate all you do. Thank you for sharing, and this is a killer episode. Appreciate everybody for listening. God bless you. Thanks, Shannon.